What up? And welcome to Smooth Mornings. Had a little test run just to see how things were going first. But thank you for joining me on Twitch, YouTube, and on TikTok. We're going to unpack an eventful AEW Dynamite that happened last night. It's already flooding the news. If you're a big wrestling fan, you already know the results. I'm just going to give you my humble opinion and make you laugh about some different things. And we're also going to be simulating some matches in AEW Fight Forever. It's about a minute left, so let's go ahead and get into it. So, what I'm doing already is going to the promos website. I'm not using anybody else's information. I'm just going to deliver to you what they're delivering to us, and we can all give our humble and sometimes biased opinion. I'm not going in the order of the matches or what happened on the screen. We're gonna get right to it because this is for what I've seen. Everybody's talking about this whole Mariah Mace situation, and you know, Tony Storm has been doing a phenomenal job as champion. From them throwing on her vignettes, doing the whole picture-in-picture thing, not giving her respect, and she demanding her respect, and the fans has been responding to her, and she's a great champion. Unfortunately to me, I think she's been taking a back seat because of Mercedes Monet, and then I'm sure, and I don't know these people, but if I was in her position, I'm sitting here eating, being the female of this division, and you waltz in, and that happened. But I don't know. I don't know if it's like that or not. That's what it looks from our perspective, right? So, as you know, and this just cracks me up every time. Um, Mariah May or Willow ain't on the game. If they do, they're gonna probably sell it to us, for like $20 or some shit like that, and add another mode, and that's what they've been doing. So, we're gonna do Stat and Tony Storm because they are a part of this whole story. And we just do the lights out match because, it's cool to have weapons, right? And it shouldn't be as painful as an Extreme Rules match on WWE 2K24. But, I have been surprised.
Lights out.
Yeah, lights out, JR. Lights
Introducing
out.
the challenger, Chris Statlander.
But, so on this match, Mariah May wins. If you didn't know, she won. Sorry.
Introducing the champion.
But I want to go ahead and touch on the subject of Willow Nightingale. She won last year's ON tournament, and she took off, And same thing with Ricky Starks. He won. They gave him a storyline, but, he's not on TV. Willow has been ultimately losing her TBS title to Mercedes Moné after Chris Statlander and Stokely, that's my boy right there, interfered. And you already know that. Don't need to recap that. So we already know as wrestling fans, she's going to interfere with this match because there's no way they're going to have a two-time winner. And Statlander will have something to do with it. So that's the whole thing. It was in the air that Mariah may turn, or they might actually have a good match, especially after the ending at Forbidden Door. Tony Storm showing her little sensitive side and being soft. So Stat and Stokely, of course, interferes. Willow loses the match, and then we get our second roll-up pinfall for the night. And I like. Okay, I'm gonna put my chair up for this one. I am a fan of roll-ups because Bailey does it a lot, but in a different the situation. Hey, I got you. Miss Bailey usually is the underdog, and Tony is stuck. Bailey is the underdog, and usually in a championship match, that's how she'll win. But it makes sense. If you're gonna do a roll-up, let's do it once a night. You hear me? If you do a roll-up, do it once, because that was the deciding factor in both of these wins for this tournament. I know you couldn't do a submission, but come on, man. So Mariah May rolls up and win. That's nothing. But a cool thing about it's not nothing. She won a tournament and it's awesome, honoring Owen Hart, and I'll get into that later. But Willow, the interesting tidbit is going for the CMLL title because Stephanie Valkyr dropped all her titles and signed to NXT, and she has been on high demand ever since the Mercedes Moné match. I guess Mercedes is the new Undertaker. She's making it famous. But she dropped everything going to freaking WWE. So Willow will be in that tournament. I think it's this weekend. So I wanted to take away because the heel turn at the end was violent and just nuts for Mariah, man. And kudos to how she did it. But AEW with a long planning here because London is in August 25th. That's a month and a half away, man. So they're gonna stick blood and guts in between that, which I guess they're gonna treat it like a pay-per-view or PLEs. I get that, but I just don't like these matches being made so far in advance when there's just a lot of holes to fill, and I'm hoping they fill these cracks because I think especially in Calgary, I don't think she should have did the turn there. Maybe ride it out, Tony being happy and everything, and then it happens at Blood and Guts. But nevertheless, it was a memorable scene. And I also think, cool, we got a pinfall, and but I also feel like that it could have been planned out better. We didn't need it now. I mean, Stat is the champion on my game. But you could have done a little something better. I don't know. That's how I feel. I just felt like it was rushed. Cool scene, man. Hurting poor Luther. Shit. And since there's not that many women on the game, in the best women's division in professional wrestling, as Tony Khan said, only got one women's match. We don't normally only get one women's match. We get one promo and a match. WWE can put on 3 to 4 sometimes with vignettes in the bag, and that can happen on SmackDown and happens on NXT. Sometimes I see on NXT it's majority women, and AEW has so many great talent in the women's division, and just let them do their thing, man. It's okay. So since of course Mercedes Moné is not on here, so we're gonna do Britt and the Bunny. And Mercedes Moné came out doing her CEO thing, and I always love Mercedes, and but sometimes it feels forced, like Britt said, you have to put your nickname on the board so we can chant for you. Yeah, that's pretty cheesy, but I respect what she does in the ring, and she is one of the best women wrestlers in the world. Props. But Dr. Britt Baker, man, the heart and soul of AEW. I hope she is fully back, and man, she's a fighter from the health issues she has had, and is in back where she belongs, because she's just awesome, and you guys know it, especially if you follow AEW and know of Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. So that promo, so I almost call her Sasha, my bad. But Mercedes did her thing. She's great on the mic and everything. Pull some shots, in Calgary, saying she was the best there was, and the best there ever will be, And I like that. If you're a heel, embrace it, because the fans ain't feeling it and everything, and everybody just likes Britt Baker, and it's Britt's house. And then the whole thing with the EVPs, I mean, it's cool to have a woman in your faction and everything like that, but I guess that's what they're going at. I don't know. But again, it just seems like they're just throwing shit at the wall to see if it sticks. And I'm gonna ride it. You know what I mean? See what's going on after that. But this whole feud, um, I feel like it's more than the title, more than the TBS title, more than the New Japan Strong title. Um, but you wrestle to gain gold, which we know. I don't know if both of the titles will be on the line, or she's gonna lose it off camera and go to Japan and lose it and drop it that way. But either way, I know a match between these two women is gonna be great. They're gonna tear the house down, and they're both professionals, and we'll tell a great story about it. Um, what else we got going on? So during the promo, Britt did make a little comment. Walk you down the aisle, chase Mercedes out the stage. Britt even took out a security guard too, which is dope as shit. Showing how tough she is, and man, she is back. The doctor is in. So let's see if she's gonna end up finish this match against Da Bunny. And let me talk about this game. I'm gonna say exactly what everybody else has said about this game. It is fun for a week, and then after that, it's like, cool. I mean, it's nice that they made a No Mercy type game, but they forgot the element. We didn't have internet when this game was out. You had 3 friends that came over. Sometimes they brought your own controller because we were too poor to have more than 2 controllers. If you had 2 controllers, you could be considered balling. So your friend would come over with their controller with No Mercy, and you had the interaction with all 4 of us playing the game. Now you got to search for match for the Stadium Stampede. Excuse me there. Oh, she's about to set up for a finisher. I have queued up 3 or 4 times and never got into the match. I don't know what it looks like. Can we have an off mode on it? Ooh. She got the glove on. Are you going to tap Bunny? But I think that's the element of this one. And that's why it doesn't hit so hard. Because, yeah, everything is online now. But No Mercy was special because all your friends were there with you. DMD. So doing the I guess one of the season packs, because that's what AEW does. That's how you get new wrestlers. The Jay White pack had a tournament mode on it, and I love me some tournaments. And what I did, I put in the people for the Owen in it. Well, some of the people. I mean, there's the guy that Bryan Danielson fought, that Forbidden Door, isn't on here, and the Last Outlaw isn't on here, so we did Kid Dreamer. Well, as this little thing starts here, this is where we're gonna talk about the Owen Foundation tournament. I thought it was great. It was great matches. This was a good match too. I was so excited to see these 2 guys go at it, just fighting. And Claudio made a big deal out of it too. Actually wanted to fight Pac in London too. So I don't know if they're gonna circle back to that somehow Claudio gets the title and fights Pac in London. I don't know. He's responsible for the first disqualification in AEW history. Write that down. So since I have Pac on the screen, they had a fatal 4-way between Pac, Claudio, Ishii, and Kyle Fletcher. It almost felt like a filler match, but AEW does do great choreography and things in the ring when it comes to multiple people in the ring. So it was a little show to kind of warm us up for the main event. Great displaying by everyone. Ishii is just all beast. Ishii is a pit bull. Let me say that. His pit bull, that's his nickname. But the caveat to this match was the winner gets a shot at the international championship. And I left because Will Ospreay is the champion. You know what I mean? So how, again, a month and a half away, we have a match for the #1 contender. We don't even know who's going to be. It could be Ospreay or MJF since they're fighting next week. So this is the build up to this thing. It was a good match. And then Pac, I always say Pac, Tupac, rest in peace. But Pac at the end, I'm just gonna keep on calling Pac or Pac. We'll see what it depends on my mood. Cuts a promo, something he doesn't do. You know, he already talks on the mic. But long story short, he promised everybody that the bastard is back. Whatever that means, you know. So I hope he goes on a tear, because this guy, after he left WWE, was undefeated. Went around the different territories of wrestle, and he was undefeated. And with that whole bastard, hey, that's what he does. So we're gonna end up seeing what will last and see what goes on after that. My boy Claudio, he's doing his thing. I mean, he's just there to make good matches. But I don't know his personal life. Maybe this is what he wants to do. This is perfect segue into Will Ospreay too, because you didn't see Swerve. Will isn't on the green, anything like that. So next week, for the title, MJF and Will Ospreay, and it comes off for what MJF did to poor Danny Garcia. Beat the shit out of my boy. Living daylights. We haven't even seen him. We saw Daddy Magic. Saw him. But no freaking Danny Garcia. If he tweeted, I don't know. So Ospreay came down the ring to kick off the whole Dynamite scene. And said some great things. Great things about, oh damn, he submitted him. That didn't happen, Pac won. And he did it so elegant, he did it so chill, because he just had, just pretty much, I'm tired of your shit, MJF. You know, you're selfish. You know, you just want to cut in line, and pretty much you see Garcia doing his thing, and you're like, oh, Macho T. Oh, I'm gonna do your thing. Do your thing, Danny. I'm gonna be in your corner, and I'm gonna stab you in the back. Ospreay doesn't like that. Hence him going away from the Callis family, because he is a babyface now. You know, which makes sense. But I think that's gonna bite him in the ass. I think MJF is gonna be in league with Don Callis and take the title, and hopefully they fight again at All In, because I was hoping they will fight it All In, not next week. So we'll see how that goes. But as for now, the winner of that goes against the bastard in London, and he probably will win. I think he should win. You know, he missed it last year, and this show is very important to him. But these two guys are so much beyond this title that I hope something happens to that title before London, or somehow Claudio gets the title and they fight again in London. I think that's better storytelling, because this fight, or this feud between MJF and Will Ospreay should just be drawn out, should be violent, should be pretty good, because they are the two top guys in this promotion. They are the guys that people pay to see, and giving it to us for free, hey, I appreciate that. I appreciate that next Wednesday. But they got to be more up to it. Oh, Macho T with the sick moves. Bryan Danielson. Some of you know him as Daniel Bryan, the Yes Movement. I have nothing but love with this guy. With this guy, man, nothing but love. This is one of the only wrestlers I have multiple T-shirts of. But come on, man. I understand this is your farewell tour. But did you really need to win this tournament? Cause Hangman should have won. It's somebody out there just make it make sense to me, because Bryan Danielson has always been the underdog. He is the underdog, you know, ultimate, but not in this situation. The biggest story, and then you're gonna sell out tickets or sell out London. Shouldn't it be Hangman and Swerve? But all in all, we had a great match. The match between him and Hangman was great. You know, he at times oversold how hurt he is too. And I get it, it's supposed to build a drama over there. Then he prevails and everything. And I saw the result of this match before I watched AEW back. And I was like, cool. As long as he doesn't win with a roll up. He won with a roll up. Not only a roll up, this is after the drama with the last outlaw, Double J. That's JEWL. Comes in after, you know, another referee bump. It's the referee now to get a clean match, you know. And if you're gonna do that, don't blatantly do slow counts for Heyman, saying that this match is for Honor and for Owen. Don't give me a slow count, bro. And then there's a point where Heyman has the submission on Danielson, and he just looks out of it. Any other match, which the Fatal 4-Way, how quickly Kyle Fletcher chapped out. Double J should have just called it. Hangman done, you know. Now Hangman's pissed. And he went to the EVP, say, hey, I'll do it. So now Hangman is in blood and guts because of Swerve is in blood and guts. Captain T AEW. So I guess that's the story they trying to tell. Swerve versus the EVPs. Great. Where does Bryan Danielson come in? Does he come in London a month and a half from now and just beat Swerve? You know, captain out his farewell tour? That doesn't make sense, man. You're not putting over your champion. And there's so much talent in AEW. And I saw an article that said AEW doesn't do great storytelling, but puts on great matches. Partially true. There's some good stories that came around and you're like, dope, all right, cool. That didn't make sense before. But it just feels like it's just so chaotic right now. And then the only thing that is saving them is that they put on great matches. Because even though I was sitting here watching them, like, I can't believe he's gonna win. I can't believe he's gonna win. But I was still intrigued because the story they was telling with the moves, Hangman desperation. Bryan said, okay, this is my last shot, man. I gotta win the Owen. I get that. I appreciate that. But as a businessman, I'm thinking long term. I wouldn't have let Bryan win. I would have had somebody from the Black Combat crew come out and mess him over. I would have had Mox. Since Mox doesn't have the title, I would have had Mox mess him over, and they fight in London. And that will be Danielson's last match. But Senko knee to Macho T, dig it. But hey. It's my daughter over there laughing. But that's what I think. Oh, 2.99 Macho T here. On his last leg. What can he do? Stand and switch. He's gonna win. I don't want that. I don't. He's gonna lose. Oh no. Why are they putting on the banger? Macho T here, brother. Punch to the mask. That's the most dangerous spot. Got a little back suplex. Puts him up for the signature. Oh, yes. Yes. Oh, yes. Put him down. Put him down. Oh. And this is exactly what happened last night. Oh, damn. That's a knee. I see. I like the way that looks, and I will give them that over the WWE game. When they connect with moves, it is fantastic. Look at this again. Boom.
Here is your winner,
The American Dragon.
Daniel.
Goddamn dragon. and then a check in the AEW box for their game. Their simulations aren't drawn up. It's to the point, man. Like, just fight forever. That's what WWE is. Fight forever. One match, it'll fight forever. I don't even have to set my timer on my oven. I just put on an Extreme Rules match, and by the time that's done, my cake should be ready. Let's do this tournament, man. Ray Phoenix. This was a good match too, man. Again, they put on great matches.
Man, this should be one hell of a singles match.
But there's always a but. Switchblade Jay White. When he came in, dude's hot. And he's great on the microphone, bro. He destroyed Christian. Christian, our daddy. Christian. He destroyed him on the microphone during Collision. Why is this man not just up there? Why is he stuck in this trio shit? Granted, I love the trios matches. But Jay White is so much more potential. And this is what you... Because, I mean, obviously WWE put in a bid for him. But this is what you threw away? You are the goddamn Switchblade, bro. And you're great in the ring. Great all around. One of the best wrestlers in this company. And you're stuck in this trio shit. I mean, granted, it's going to be fun with Christian and Killswitch and Nick Wayne. But you should be up there for the title. I'm sorry. You know, singles title. And I love the Ass Boys so much. Because they're talented on they don't need each other. You know, they don't need... And then you have Juice Robinson. I love Juice Robinson, Santino Marella, R-Truth. If nobody likes wrestling or just kind of on the fence about it, just watch those three guys. They tell you what wrestling is all about. And Mark Briscoe, they are wrestling, you know? And you need a guy like Juice. So I can see Juice and Jay White doing their thing because they don't need each other as far as a tag team. They can do their own individual thing, especially when Juice was fucking with MJF last year. They can do your thing, but poor Jay White. Ray Phoenix, you know, like MJF said too, I love his promo, said, oh, Ospreay, if you go down, we're just going to replace you with another flippy dude guy. You got Ricochet coming. You got Ray, and that's what they use Ray for. Man, I can't even tell you when the last time Penta won a match. I think Ray has won more matches than Penta this whole year. You know, sometimes when they decide to put in their records up and talk about wins matter, well, this is professional wrestling. We know wins don't matter. Alright, we got a signature. Let's see what Jay White does. Oh, that's nasty. Guns up. Guns up. Here we go. Switchblade. Jay White. By orders of the Bang Bang Gang. Let's see for the pin. Get down there, Aubrey. Aubrey's fucking counting like Double J last night. Guns up. Guns up.
The winner of this match, Switchblade Jay White.
Damn, we might actually get through this tournament. Look at this. But I am going to play this more because there's cool things that I didn't know you could do. After the match, you can initiate a handshake. And the AI can shake your hand or do something else too. So I want to see how that works. Or it's just like, okay, they slap you and that's it. I want to see. Hangman. So most of you that know me, that have talked about wrestling with me, know how I feel about Mr. Hangman Adam Page. And it's not bad things. I thought this dude was going to be the golden child of AEW wrestling. I saw him go against, ironically, go against Pac in a match before AEW started. Because, you know, they were making rumbles all over the internet. And there was like, Hangman Adam Page, Hangman Adam Page. I'm like, this guy is Kid Dreamer. This guy does this cowboy routine. Oh, seen that. It's wrestling. There's always a cowboy. But I saw this guy go against this undefeated Pac, and I'm like, who is this angel? Who's this big ass cowboy that fly so gracefully in the air and just clothesline people to death in any angle. Any clothesline, he's taking your head off. Hangman, goddamn Adam Page. Then we get to AEW. He has the title run. Great. But doesn't sniff, doesn't smell the title after that. And then he gets a great storyline and feud with Swerve Strickland. Great. It's violent. Swerve went into this man's house. Swerve just cheated to beat this guy 2 times, dude. And then the MVPs get rid of him and all that stuff too. Said he was suspended. Maybe he was hurt. So he comes back and I'm in this tournament against Double J, and I'm like, this is perfect. He's gonna gain heat for beating up Double J, which he did. You know, him and Jay White had a great match too, which Double J still got involved. You hear how I'm saying, keep on saying Double J, not Swerve. and all because of respect for this tournament, which I'm going to talk about the tournament after Hangman. That part. So out of respect for this tournament, but Double J, the guy that's made a living off of hitting people with guitars, well, to protect the integrity of this match by being a thorn in the side of poor Hangman Page that just missed a standing moonsault on Big Kid Dream. So he gets through all of this, gets to Danielson, and blah blah blah. Danielson wins, a la via roll up. Why? Tell me why is this happening? Why are we just gonna say this for blood and guts? Yeah, we know Hangman bleeds in a regular match. We don't need blood and guts for blood. It happens every week. You have like 10 superstars that signature is bleeding. They don't win unless they bleed. That's just the way it goes in AEW. But that's why it's hard to see in the camera. I wore my Hangman shirt. Just let him know I am supporting you in spirit, buddy. You should be in London, and I'm hoping something happens again. The theme today, a month and a half from now, it's you and Swerve. Not Bryan Danielson. You should take Bryan Danielson and beat his ass. Beat him to the point that, like, okay, he ain't coming back. And the EVPs eject you into the match against Swerve. And you beat Swerve. Because that is your mountain. Swerve is your mountain. I don't want to see you beat anyone for the title unless it's Swerve Strickland for the AEW Championship. Swerve shouldn't even drop his title unless it's to Hangman Adam Page. And Swerve has been a great champion inside and out of the ring, doing so much good things for this company, putting in the work. Like he told Ospreay, are you ready to give up things with your family for the title? I am. And he has been doing his podcast, doing a whole bunch of shit. So it should be the Golden Boy. And I'm saying Golden Boy because Drew McIntyre's the same for WWE. It should be, you know, and you gotta level up when it comes to this day and age. You can't just be the face and save the day. You got to get your hands dirty. So Drew and Adam Page, and I've called Drew this 1,000 times, the Batman of WWE. That's what Hangman is. He's doing anything, everything possible to win, and that's what he should do for now and forever till he gets Swerve. And Swerve, you better not drop that belt until you fight this man for y'all third match, and it's gonna be great. So let me know your thoughts about that. How does Hangman get to Strickland? Because right now he's gonna fight him in blood and guts, but that's too many other overarching stories. Another overarching story, which I think that's gonna end up getting Team AEW, is the Acclaim, which they dropped a video on him. Buckshot lariat Hangman. Damn, look at that buckshot. See, all their moves are cool. Every finish on this game is dope as shit, dude.
What an amazing match.
So the EVPs got a diss track from the Acclaim, which was great. Okada wasn't on the ball to cut that shit. And I like their feud with the tag team championships, and I think the Bucks, I'm sorry, Nicholas and Matthew, I'm sorry, EVPs, don't find me. I like that they're putting over a team that's homegrown, and that's a great segue into the Stadium Stampede match with I Am the Learning Tree. Hey guys, Chris Jericho and Samoa Joe, two former WWE guys. I mean, but they were obviously in WWE. I mean, Jericho's in WCW. Joe's been wrestling around the world and TNA and everything. But here's my thing with AEW. It's cool that you have the talent for other promotions. And then like The Rock alluded to in their YouTube thing for WrestleMania, sometimes the goal is to grab eyes from people that hardly watch your product to see names that they know. Especially like when you somebody at my age too, if they flip in the channel or whatever and say, oh, Chris Jericho. Oh, I remember watching Chris Jericho as a kid. Oh man, this is a violent match. And then that rebellious stage that we were in the 90s come out and they will watch the match. So I get that on a marketing thing, but to grow your product and continue to grow and word of mouth is still a most powerful thing, even though the internet is out there. What you want to do is take care of your people that's in-house, mainly your fans that will show up, maybe the people that travel and follow your product more than the casual viewer. Don't put Jericho and Joe in this match. They gave a great match. I mean, of course they would give you a good match. They are trained to do this. They have been in the spotlight. They have been in the WrestleManias. They have been all around the world in New Japan. But give it to your guys. This is a match for the Owen in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, a wrestling town. You didn't need Jericho and Joe at this point. Y'all could have saved this for nothing. This match could have, instead of been that 6-man match, this match could have been at Forbidden Door, and it would have told more of a story with this hook situation than it being crammed in Calgary. My suggestion, it could have been Orange Cassidy and Trent, because that's a good excuse for them to beat up each other. It could have been Mark Briscoe and Kyle O'Reilly going against the Kingdom. That's just homegrown people to get your eyes. Hey, we got this big tournament. Bryan Danielson is one. We're going to show you Mercedes Moné. We're going to show you Britt Baker. We're going to show you Toni Storm. This is AEW. Let the AEW guys fight. That's all. And that's my spiel on that, man. I mean, agree or disagree. That's how I feel when I watch this shit. I don't watch AEW to see, ooh, Adam Copeland. Ooh, Claudio. I like these guys. I really do. I've chat, screamed, cried with all of them. But when I watch your product, I want to watch people that I didn't have the opportunity to see that came from ROH, that came from New Japan. Those are the people I want to see. Listen up, AEW. But so I'm gonna pivot to cause I'm gonna talk about the Learning Tree and Joe, their match while this tournament's going on. This is the best persona for Chris Jericho fucking ever. I was so bought in when this idiot won that title and didn't call it fuck the world. It was for the world. And it's so cheesy. It works because it's Chris Jericho and he's just being just a snarky bastard to everyone in the wrestling community. Everyone was like, okay, Jericho has too much TV time. Why Jericho? And he names his segment TV time. What? And then he's calling us all his branches. So the whole Learning Tree thing worked. And they have the right guy doing it because he's just an ass. Chris Jericho is just a great asshole. And then you got Brian Keith, the bounty hunter, now the Bad Apple. I love that nickname. And he's just so short and stocky. And his head is so big, it looks like an apple. So when they call him the Bad Apple, I'm like, yep. And then Big Cass. Big Cass is just a great athlete. He's had some little mistakes in the backstage part. You saw him peeping out the bathroom, waiting and everything. He could get Joe up for the choke slam, and Joe's been sweating a lot too. I mean, I'm sure that he oiled himself up too. So almost hurt Joe there when he choke slammed him on the forklift. Another caveat to this whole feud is they are including Taz. And oh damn, I forgot. something to say about the announcer, but it's cool. So they're including Taz because Hook is in it, and Taz was banned for the arena, and Nigel McGuinness, one of my favorite announcers. Nigel McGuinness was on Dynamite, and it just made it more sweet. Ooh, this is nasty. Cattle, was it cattle mutilation? Is that one? Tapped out. That's a nasty one. That's a nasty submission. So Jericho pulled his strings, and Taz is not in the picture. So I love that they are including Taz. And then they had the title of the street fight was the Stampede Street Fight, and that's why I didn't get outraged, but it was kind of let down that it wasn't a homegrown AEW athlete doing this, because the Stampede Street Fight represented the what's going on in Calgary yesterday. It was their whole Stampede show, and what you don't know what that is, it's just a rodeo show. A lot of cowboys get together. They sell cattle, whole other things too. It's kind of like an expo. So if you're from the States and in a rural area like I am, they call this a stock show. So that's what they had. It's a big event in Canada, like huge event. As you saw, everybody with the cowboy hats. Jericho had a belt, a customized belt with a customized belt buckle that he was gifted for that whole thing. So this is a big deal. So and that's why they did the Stadium Street Fight to honor that thing. And it, but they did it justice. They put on a good match. The forklift spot was like, damn, I jumped out my chair, like, holy shit. So they got an oh my god moment, which I'm pretty sure was the goal in this. So we were blessed with Nigel freaking McGuinness, and this guy is just hates Bryan Danielson with so much conviction. And the way he announces his match or calls his matches is just in the most biased form possible, and it's great. And if you don't know why Nigel feels like this, it's one of those creative things we could do in wrestling is combine fake heat with real heat, and it just works, because I'm sure Nigel has some type of disdain for Danielson, but ultimately they're professionals and he has his respect. You can go on the interwebs and find out too, but WWE has a documentary on Nigel McGuinness that he did while he was doing his announcing bid there that is very informative. He didn't say Bryan Danielson's name. They kind of just put a picture up when he was talking about, hey, when we were getting called up from ROH, we all had interviews. We disclosed injuries. I was honest with everything. Some people, he didn't say anybody there. He said some people wasn't honest, and that's why they got the spot they were in. So picture this. What if Nigel McGuinness lied? What if Nigel McGuinness lied and got into WWE? Would we have the Yes era? Would we be sitting here right now talking about all the great matches in WWE and in AEW now with Bryan Danielson and Nigel McGuinness? So this is how Danielson should be sent off. Nigel McGuinness needs to get involved. He needs to screw this man over and be the person that sends him off, because this guy, with all the talent he had in the ring, and probably still does and has right now on the microphone, he deserves something better than a last match in a bingo hall against Trent Seven. And Trent gave him a good match. It was good, but he shouldn't have had to do like a little homemade vlog to send himself off. That just sucks. I mean, that's the unfortunate story for wrestlers. Somebody with all that talent got screwed over somebody that wasn't honest, and now he's multiple champions. But isn't that life, huh? So I'm glad this happened in my tournament, because this match actually happened. I was pulling for Jay White, but I knew Heyman had to win, and he should win too. So it was cool to see on Collision this match. Also in the backstage, he's back. Darby fucking Allin put paint. He put paint on poor Brandon Cutler, beat his ass, and beat the paint off of him. He says he's going to be back for 250 next week. Dynamite, their 250 episode. So props to AEW. Keep on grinding, man. Keep on grinding. And I hope Darby just raise hell. Obviously, he's going to probably be on that Team AEW thing, and it's going to be some strife with it because Swerve just appointed himself as the captain. But it looks like he's just going to get people that just hate the elite, your enemy the enemy of my enemy is my friend type thing with this whole AEW team. And I think they're going to end up losing the match. That's just the way I think it's going to be. I don't think Team AEW is going to win. And it just focus more on London too. Now Swerve has the heat with EVPs that Heyman is with now. He has Danielson in the tournament. So now it's Swerve being distracted. It's why he's gonna lose. I don't know. I don't fucking know. Let's see, we got a pin. Heyman loses to the Switchblade. Guns up. So in the tournament here, we end up getting new people. So this is dope. And then I'm done with my whole spiel, man. We're gonna end up watching this finals. Let's crown the champion in this new tournament mode. Jay White, the Switchblade against the American Dragon. Let's get it. Oh, does it? Oh, dude, good looking out. So, like a dumbass, like I have some of them and everything, but I'm gonna check it out, man. That's still too steep, bro. That's just, but for content wise, to help you guys with the smooth verse and let you enjoy the smooth verse, we'll see. We'll dip in the pockets a little bit, whatever, man. It's money. You can't bring the shit with you, right? But let's see who wins this match. He has a 2-1 singles record, He has a 0 match winning streak. I do like the captions on the game because it's just like how it is on television. So I like the little quirky things like that. WWE tried that shit too, but I'm like, don't bite off of people. Don't be the the Apple of the professional wrestling scene here. Just like how iPhones, somebody from Apple like, oh yeah, that's a cool camera Samsung have. 5 years later, they have the same camera, but they just do it better. Well, Aubrey is working all matches today. Putting in the work, putting in some overtime here. We got the standing switch. Do you have the DLCs? Did you fork over the money or whatever for it? Because I really don't. But the community creations suck. I mean, I used what they had because like my video yesterday, I downloaded some people for WWE. Hey, thank you for the follow, bro. I'll check you out too, give you a follow back. I appreciate you, dude. Tripod! Oh, were you? See, my thing was fucking up. Let me look. Because it was supposed to give me the multi-stream chat, and it's just not doing my thing. So I didn't see it. I'm still trying to figure out the kinks of that. But what up, Tripod? Thanks for joining Smooth Mornings, brother. But yeah, we're almost at the end of this stuff. I figured, y'all listen to me ramble about wrestling. Let's enjoy some wrestling together, eh? Got a punch there. And a kick. Bryan Danielson. So, in true Bryan Danielson fashion, he's probably going to get his ass kicked a lot. We're going to see a Seiko knee and wins. But as you see down at the bottom here, we got even momentum. Danielson midsection is hurt, probably from the trials and tribulations of this fight. Let's see, I don't have the DLC yet. You're all expired. There is a free trial for the. Oh, that's cool. So you're a real one for that, CVS. If you guys want to try out this game, it's on Xbox for a free trial. I know PlayStation was giving it away for free for one of their monthly games as well. I mean, especially for free, and you just want to get in here and beat somebody up and don't have to worry about the clipping issues in WWE, and you in general want to fight forever. AEW is your best source. I enjoyed just by bullshitting for almost an hour that we actually got decisions, and didn't have to simulate anything or jump out of the game. Yesterday, I had to jump out of a lot of the games because it just seems like nobody was going to win. Looks like the Switchblade is about to take this. I don't know, but you know, Bryan Danielson with his infinite momentum, bro. Here he comes again. Just like that, his signature is up. Oh, Mr. Slap. The delay, little dodge there. Come on now. Also, while I have you guys, let me know on YouTube or my other social medias on X. It's all the same at the Smoothverse. Let me know what you guys think for next week. We got Swerve and Ospreay. Darby is coming back too. What are your predictions for All In? What are your predictions for Blood and Guts? Let me know. Give me a different concept. Give me a crazy concept what AEW should do to draw the WWE folks in, because just unfortunately WWE has the bigger fan base because that's just a name you know. Just like when you say, you don't say tissue paper, you say Kleenex. Kleenex is a brand. So when somebody say wrestling, somebody say, oh, WWF and WWE. So what should AEW do? Let me know, man. And then with some cool comments, I'll shout you out live here. We'll talk about it, man. We got the Switchblade, and he wins the tournament. So on my game, the Owen goes to the Switchblade. Jay White, guns up. Pretty fitting too, since this tournament came with Jay White. It was a Jay White tournament pack. Whoa, that's cool. I like that. That's what's up. So that's in close. What the like WWE fans only really just like WWE yet. They're saying they are wrestling fans. Oh, I agree with you, CVS. I totally agree with you with that, man. So you got your shit together. And then, as I mentioned yesterday, I am a professional wrestling fan. Jay White, guns up, put your guns in there. I'm a professional wrestling fan. If I don't like it, I don't watch it. That's been a lot of breakups between me and WWE. They'll put on some shit during that year WWE had of no tag teams. I didn't watch for months. Man. You know, I got little tidbits. Oh, this happened. I'm like, okay, so what? You know, who cares? But I think professional wrestling as a whole is in a good place, and I am thoroughly entertained all week from both brands. Seeing what TNA is doing, seeing what New Japan's doing, see what CMLL is doing. I didn't even know that was a thing until AEW, and I thank AEW for opening my eyes to other things. Like Cody Rhodes said when AEW came into existence, is an alternative. Yeah, it's a competition. Everything's a competition. You can't have fucking McDonald's without Burger King. Everybody's in a competition. You can't have one short stream with the other one. We're all in competition because it's all about the almighty dollar. But thank you for bullshitting with your boy and recapping AEW Dynamite. I'll be back next week. We're gonna recap Raw because I got things to do on the weekend. I am a family man. I'm a husband. I can't just always be on here to entertain you guys, but I'll try my best. But for now, I have been and forever will be Sir Smooth First. Guns up.
It's been dark way too long in this place. That bright smile long gone been replaced. From ear to ear I see that fear in your face. Tell me when the last time you felt safe, cause there's some evil people in the streets. Evil at your front door, creeping while you sleep. It's time to raise up, show that evil we ain't weak. We don't turn the other cheek. I can show you how to be strong. Come on, follow me. Heard you looking for a hero. Well, look up. No more running from the bad guy. I'ma stare him in the eye like, what's up? I know the journey got hard for a minute, but I ain't giving this up. Yeah, I got the heart of a champion. If I get knocked down, I get back up. We go through bad days, hard times, low pay, high crime, pathways to a life without sunshine. I'm the lifeline. With this life, I'm gonna be the pipeline, shining in the nighttime. Bet on me to swoop down. I'ma go toe to toe. Already know that I'm never gonna back down. Bet on me to stand tall. I take on anything for my crew. Bet I risk it all. Wicked people in the streets. Corruption in the politics and the police. It's time to raise up. Take a stand against the seat. We won't take a back seat. I can show you how to be strong. Come on, follow me. Heard you looking for a hero. Well, look up. No more running from the bad guy. I'ma stare him in the eye like, what's up? I know the journey got hard for a minute, but I ain't giving this up. Yeah, I got the heart of a champion. If I get knocked down, I get back up. Get back up. Get back up. Get back up. If I get knocked down, I'ma get back up. If I get knocked down, I'ma get back up. If I get knocked down, I'ma get back up. I'ma get back up. I'ma get back up. Heard you looking for a hero. Well, look up. Yeah, no more running from that bad guy. Don't worry about it. I'm right here. What's up? I know that journey been hard for you. Okay, I ain't giving up. We ain't giving up.